So I'll do this thing real quick. Alright. And do this. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let's actually start the song. Cool. Alright, alright. There we go. All I do is just yawn. What the hell, Vito? Jeez. Crack open cold one still in a husky kind of evening. Damn right. I actually had a kind of a fun little idea for a goal for tonight. Well, kind of a reoccurring goal. So I was thinking, once things get settled in, get the Cash App pinned on and stuff, and then get into what that is. It's just basically like kind of communal, like, $3 a shot, just for the fuck of it. But we'll do that later. I still need to get settled in. All that shit. I'll say, I've been having like kind of a non-stop day today, like today. Just literally, this is probably like the first time now, like for the day where I'm like, well, finally chilling. Which is nice. Though in a way, it's good to have like a nice big kind of full day. Don't go get every single little thing I needed done now, but all that, got filled up with other shit that I was doing, that bad, so I suppose it evens out. Oh, fuck. Just realized I should have probably gotten a coffee for tomorrow. Ugh. That's gonna be fun. Because I know I gotta be a little bit more earlier than usual tomorrow for sure. Which is gonna be, so fun. You two playing around over there? Oh, you want me to play with you? Oh my god. Y'all is like in an excited little mood. I don't even have to do anything. They're just straight up fighting each other for this ball right now. Damn, girl! Huffing and puffing and getting all mad over there. Yeah, what's up, baby? He's like, I'm supposed to be the one to grab it. Throw it in. Hey, whoa. Oh my god. Damn! So you are being a feisty bitch today, aren't you, Jazzy? Oh my god. We're not getting this crazy. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. Where'd I go? I just kind of wandered off in one of the rooms. Oh well. I think I'll be okay with that. That seems like that's probably for the best, so I'll let them have their fun in there, being crazies. Man, when they are on one, they are definitely on one. My goodness gracious. I know, I like that. Well, thank you. Well, thank you, thank you. Skunky Bud and Cantaloupe taste great together. Cantaloupe in general tastes pretty good. I don't know why YouTube decided to just like immediately spam that all at once after I hit all messages. So thanks YouTube for making sure the live chat stayed up to date. Nice, beautiful, amazing. YouTube, you slacking today, especially with the difference from yesterday. Like, god dang, oh shit. It's a Beto. What are you doing, Beto? You prancy little boy. My goodness. He's so desperate for this fucking ball. Jesse's just bringing it back to me, be like, no, you play it for me. Huh? Oh, Beto! You just went right. I feel like I need to move that. Where I have my lamp on and I don't trust them. We'll do that. We'll live right there. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, NBA? And yeah, I did. It's in the kitchen, Sean. Though I had to, like, last second remember that liquor stores close at 6 on Sundays, so I had to be like, fuck. I got a rapid fire shit. And I was like, all right, going there first. Taking the bus back, doing this shit. Bang, bomb, boom. It was just like, I mean, I was just straight up like, fuck. I was like, all right, mish time. But it actually ended up being successful. A little more so than I thought, actually. I was like, sweet, cool. So, pretty good day today. If you want to crack a leg start, I mean, that's fine. I'm actually going to try to do like a little goal of like $3 a shot or something. You know, like, I'm just waiting for like one of my mods to like, you know, that has like my Cash App pin in there or whatever the fuck. It's usually like Inky or Mornax. One of them does it. But, you know, since we're got some people in, you know, I might as well say that, you know, eventually I'll have my Cash App pinned in the comments down below, and we'll do, you know, doesn't have to be from one person each, but, you know, collectively raise at $3 each single time. Do shot. Because why not? Let's have a little fun. You know, we gotta be fully gay on a Sunday after all, you know, somehow, right? Yeah. Gotta break the Sabbath in one way or another. Yeah. Texas no liquor sales on Sunday. And hence why, you know, I might give you a freebie just for solidarity. Because that is some ass. Plus, there's still some Christian law into our, you know, state, you know, when it comes to, you know, when people could buy liquor. Yeah, can you go out of state and buy it, you know, from a different, you know, state and different county? Yeah, totally. And we're not going to stop that, really. But, I guarantee you, at least for the people that live near the, like, the border states around Texas or some shit, like, at least in Texas, near those, like, Oklahoma or New Mexico, some shit, I guarantee you, they, on Sunday, if they really want to, they'll just drive over to, like, the nearest, like, gas station or some shit, or a liquor store that's, like, just right over the state line. It's out there, Blue Rock Rapper. Yeah, it's just, it's like some old school, like, kind of Christo prohibitionist fucking bullshit. It just sounds like some ridiculousness. And I guarantee you that, like, the politicians now probably just don't give enough of a fuck to change it. Because they're, like, Christians, too, and they're like, yeah, that's actually not bad anyway, so we're not going to enforce it, you know, but, hey, you know, I guess, I mean, it is in the sense that stores obviously can't, but, I mean, I guarantee you there's probably shops that, like, you know, under the table a little bit, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you know, sell it anyway, because it's just, no one enforces it kind of thing. Like, I guarantee you, there's probably, like, some fucking places in, like, Houston or some shit, or Dallas, that probably are like, yeah, we're not technically open, but, you know, meet us around back, you know, call a number. We'll work something out. And just log it as a sale for the next day instead. Mr. Mark taking healthy dumps is good for your digestive health. That is good. Oh, you're in Dallas, man? Oh, no shit. Yeah, I actually got family out in Dallas. More in like the southern Dallas area, not actually like in Dallas, but, you know, pretty much Dallas as far as I'm concerned. It's like how I live in Portland, you know, up here in the PNW, but I'm not really like in Portland. So, there's that at least. Grand Prairie, actually. I'm kind of familiar with it. I don't know if you know of like Mythlodian or like Grant Pass or places like that, but a lot of my family is like kind of scattered around that area. Like, I'm trying to think about like exactly like which towns, but honestly, I feel like it's just better not to say. Just all in all. I mean, I think already saying that general region is probably enough as it is. So it should give you at least an idea. I mean, I'm sure those names are familiar to, so you probably know where those are. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. Lived in Wheat, California for years. Grew dank bud there. Nice. Well, hopefully Texas will eventually change its mind on weed. I do think that, it sounds like, from what I understand, they've been softening on weed for a while now, and I think it will be eventually a matter of time until they get it recreational legalized. I just don't think it would necessarily be a really good law. If they do it, like, it wouldn't be like an Oregon or something, but I don't know. I mean, I can at least see it, being done eventually. You grew weed and weed? Nice. Yeah, that actually is a real town, too. Oklahoma is legal now? Yeah, so I guarantee you a lot of Texans just go up to Oklahoma and just, like, just buy as much as they can in bulk and then just go back home. I guarantee you, honestly, a lot of, like, the black market in Texas and a lot of these states that still don't have a recreational legal are just from the rec states that are just right next to them. Or at least, the next state over kind of thing. Like, that's just basically where it comes from. Either you know a guy that is a part of that distribution process, or you're that guy, or you know a guy that knows a guy that's a part of that process. It's like, I mean, at some point, you're knowing a guy. Yep, it's by Mount Shasta. And also, it's near Utica, California as well. People's Temple is called as a little bit of history up there. Well, I guess for me, it's more down there. I would at least love to visit Weed at some point, just obviously for the connotation of it, but just because, honestly, that area of California is really fucking beautiful. I mean, I would like to check out some of those little towns that are out there just on the virtue of just, just checking out some of the beautiful sights. Because I've never really been into Southern Oregon or Northern Cali. I've been in parts of Eastern Oregon a little bit. I've been to, the coast, like, up and down that a bunch of times. But the most south I've ever been, at least for Oregon, has pretty much just been Eugene. Like, I haven't really been more south than that outside maybe, like, the surrounding areas of Eugene. Unless you count the coast, because there are coastal towns that are more south than Eugene that I've been. Yeah, I want to check out some of those lava tubes, dude. I know Oregon has a bunch of them, and I haven't got a chance to explore many of them. I know, like, back as a kid growing up, there was, like, a time where I actually had a chance to do that, and wow, my place really took a flip. There we go. Pluto's Cave. I haven't heard of that cave. You know, one thing I honestly want to do one day that I think would be cool as fuck is to climb Mount Hood. I heard, from my understanding, it's not like that difficult of a climb. And actually, you could basically even take like one of those ski tractor lifts up there anyway. Like, it's not really that difficult to get up there. So, I mean, I'd love to do it. Because the very top of it apparently is kind of like almost like this small little flat like plate, basically. Like the very top of it, outside of like a few little points. So, I always thought it'd be cool as fuck to go up there and check it out and really see pretty much like damn near all of Oregon. Oh. Ooh. Good bird. Oh, I'm sure there's probably a lot of videos about like Pluto caves and shit. Yeah, I just haven't heard of it before, but sounds pretty badass. Hey, what's up, Ryan? What's up, my man? How you doing? Pretty good, pretty good. Last couple days been pretty good. Doing some hustle shit and everything and all that shenanigans. Got more of it happening tomorrow. So, oh, you still out in Cali? Oh, damn. Been out there for a minute. Well, I'm gonna see if I can fucking Wi-Fi hotspot my bitch. Where's that Wi-Fi phone? I want to get that cash I pinned on the shit, so I was just like, It's supposed to be for a month, but it's taking longer than the deadline. Ah, damn. So it's just taking longer than expected. Silver lining for me, I guess. Glad I didn't go for that. Because a lot of things that, I need to, like, deal with are, like, pretty much, like, within this week or, well, not just this week, but, like, pretty much for the rest of the following month. And I would obviously need to be here for all that. So, glad I didn't, say fuck it for the YOLO lol memes or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, partially glad. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can. The state you live in? Oregon. Not as well as live. Okay, let's see. Okay, yep, I'll have to do this. Alright, let's see if this works. Because I only need to do it for a minute. Where's my spot thing I can do on here? There it is. Please don't pop off or anything when I click that. Okay, good, it did. I'll just, wait for it to do its thing, I guess. Where is that? There it is. Okay, I forgot that I have password on this. Okay, what the fuck? What the fuck? I forgot to put a password on shit. It should be pretty easy. I'm pretty sure it's just that. Oh, what else? Oh, fuck. This off. Okay, now it should be that. Oh my goodness. Why did I set a password on this fucking thing? Why did I do that? At least it connected. At least it did it, though. So there we go. Now I can do this. Gonna go for what's over there. Yeah, no worries, man. Just had to say hi. Hello. Hey, what's up, Aria? What to do? It's doing this one thing really quick, y'all. Just one little moment. There we go. Yeah, shut up. 3 seconds, me in the past. Come on. Do your thing. Oh my god, it's being fucking slow. Oh my lord. Wow. There we go. There we go. Now pin that bitch. If it'll let me. There we go. Boom. Boom. There we go. Now we have a way to load our way up to the goal slowly but surely. Switch up 9-star. I didn't have a chance to look at it at all, but yes, I did look it up at least. But at least a nice little lovely reminder. We do have a little goal, kind of a consecutive recurring one for every $3, collectively for, over the period of, the time. Then we do a shot for every $3. And it's reoccurring too with that. So all you got to do is basically just like, send $1, $2, doesn't matter, but all you has to do is just, send a little recurring love every now and then, and, for every $3, you do a shot. Have a little fun and get a crack like it. On top of all the usual shenanigans that we're getting into. Repeat that. I said I looked it up. I didn't have a chance to actually watch it yet. Do you gamble at all? Sometimes. I haven't in a long time, but if I do, I fancy myself a good card game or some roulette or something like that. Or blackjack. Yeah, got that a little bit. I'll say, don't like slots, don't like shit like that. Not a fan of, like, lottery ticket stuff. I have done those before too, and I mean, I never, like, outside of maybe like 2 or 3 times, I've never, like, lost anything from them. I either got my money back from paying for, the ticket, or, gotten, like, the equivalent of the price of that ticket, on top of, basically getting refunded as the win. Or maybe get, like, $10, $20. The most I've ever gotten once was, like, 50, so, I mean, I've always at least gotten a little something from it. For the most part, but it's just not. If it's that little of wins, it ain't really that fucking worth it. I know there's at least, like these pull tabs and shit, and I know some places around here in Portland have them, but I've never seen them before. Went last night to a casino. Nice. Last time I went to a casino was when I had a layover in Vegas, and I was only in there for a little bit, and I just played at a roulette table for like a couple hours before I had to go back to the airport and do my thing. I think the water trail still has pull tabs. Honestly, maybe I'll just get one just for the fucking fun novelty of it. I should go in with $40, try to flip it. When I was in my layover in Vegas, it's pretty much just what I did. Like, instead of 40, it was 50. The first time, because I had a layover in Vegas 2 different times on my same trip to go to Texas when I was visiting family over there. And both times going to Vegas were literally like 8 to like 9 hour layovers. So I'm like, I ain't staying at the fucking airport the entire time. Fuck that. I did the last time I was there on my way back, because that was like from like 11 until like 6 in the morning. It's like, yeah, fuck that. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna go out and about and wander around the strip and then come back to the airport. I ain't risking that shit when it's like fucking nothing going on in the middle of the night. I mean, the strip itself would be, and it's not really that far away, but I'm not risking that bullshit. The first time at least was like in the evening, and by the time I got back to the airport, timing it all out pretty well. It was like, all right, it was pretty good. I still had like an hour to wait, and they even have gambling, roulette tables, stuff like that, in the airport too. So I found like by my gate like a little roulette a machined roulette table, and I just played like a couple rounds on that and won like another $10. I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm here to start to kind of get ready for boarding. All right, I'll pull out and stuff. Cool, cool. Now heading out, doing my thing. The first time I won, I would say, at the casino I went to, it was the closest one by the airport. I forgot the name of it right off the top of my fucking head. Because there's like two of them that are. I think one of them is MGM, but I've heard that place sucks, so I didn't go to that one. So I think it was the other one. I'm just forgetting the name of it right off the top of my head. And at least it was alright. And then I, like I said, I went back to the airport, won like another 10. So I'd say like that day, won like, with the 50 I put in there, I won like another 50-ish, give or take. So I like walked in, Vegas with 50, to kind of put on the side just to be there. And I walked out with like another 50. So 100 altogether. It's like, all right. That was basically just went to the trip that I went to. I had like another like 100 or 200 just for like, if we were going out to eat and shit like that. So I already had that set aside. I was like, that's just another 100 to splurge. Just do a little extra splurging if I really wanted to. And that's what I did. I will say on my way back though, I found that same roulette table machine and I won a little bit, and I was like, all right, I'm going to maybe keep going for a little more. And then I started noticing this trend of like, dop, dop. I'm like, okay, I don't want to keep having that happen. I'm just going to pull out while I had to, going good. You know what I mean? So I was like, after this, I'm just going to wander around and find like at least something, that's around that I can find for a snack or some shit and something to drink. And I did eventually find something. It was like a little a little store that happened to still be open. I guess it was probably like a 24-hour one just for the virtue that they have shit around still. So I was like, and I was like, all right, I'll grab a little something there. And I just was hanging out by my gate. And then about an hour before we were supposed to board, then suddenly it's like, oh, wait, there's a change of the gate now. And it was on the opposite end of the airport. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I had to like go all the way over there. And eventually by the time I got there, they still haven't boarded yet, but I was just like, oh, fuck. I was like, man, if I didn't know that, because I was about ready to kind of sit there by the gate that was initially there, and I was about to, just take a nap and just sit there and nap. But, I overheard from one of the attendants, like, hey, were you part of this flight? Because we've been telling people coming over here that unless you're a part of this flight, your flight, moved to that gate. And I was like, wait, what? Oh, fuck. I just literally said, oh, fuck. Sorry. But I was like, oh, okay. Well, thank you for telling me. I didn't want to miss that. I don't want to be stranded here as much as I like this place. I was just like, I don't want to be here forever. Vegas was fun hanging out there for a time, but, I don't want to be there forever. I was playing roulette last night. It's my most played game, but blackjack and baccarat. I haven't heard of baccarat before, but I do like me some blackjack. It's not as hard as people think it is. You just gotta. It's basically either you have to have the highest, the highest points that is lower than 21, or you have to be exactly at 21. So, basically, if you're playing with other people, because you can technically play blackjack by yourself. So, I mean, if you at least get to 19, 20, or 21. If you get in a good little sweet spot, you can just all right, I'm calling it there. I don't want to put another card up. And you can still win from that. It's just about making sure you don't go over 21. That's it. And just having the higher number versus, either the house or other players. That's pretty much about it. So it's about, just kind of hedging about hey, how, close am I to 21, or is that next card going to get me to 21? Sometimes those first couple cards will fuck you, though. You'll get a 9 and a 9, now you're at 18, and you're like, do I not do anything, or do I put that down and see if it's a 2 or a 3 or something? You know what I mean? Do you want to take that risk? Because now you might have fucked yourself if you do, so it's at a certain point, the draw of those cards might fuck you, or it might be to your advantage too. Well, sometimes you might just get a bunch of small cards, and you're like, you get like 2, and then you got like a 4, and then you got like another 2, and then like a 3. So you would have like 8, and then 11. So now you got 11, and now you're like, well, I can throw another one down, and let's say that's a 6. And now you're at 17. And now it's like, well, that's a big number, but what's the chances of a bigger or smaller number, throwing down? Like, now it's like, that's an extra gamble there, too. And that could fuck you. Sometimes those small cards, and you keep getting those drawn on you, could fuck you, too. Then go back to one hand to change up the deck. Yeah, that's true, too. I will say, Fallout New Vegas has taught me a lot about playing blackjack. Because I've played a lot of it since, and I've gotten pretty good at the general understanding about it, and really that's about all you really need to know from it. As long as you at least can figure out the general math of it, when it comes to like, getting to the winning number, or at least close to it, pretty much everything else is relatively easy, and just like gauging on whether you want to take a risk or not on getting close to that number without going over it. Got the Viper? But you don't even know what the fuck he looks like, do you? I don't know what he looks like lately, but I know this much. I don't look like him. I look more like David Spade, bro. If I'm gonna be compared to some celebrity that exists out there, fucking compare me to David Spade. That shit right now, probably gonna go back tonight. What game should I play at $45? Keep it to one where you at least have like an edge in the sense that you can kind of control a certain level of the chance. That's why I love roulette, or like blackjack a little bit. Like I'd stick to one of those two games, because at least there is a genuine sense of fairness on top of the luck that is played when it comes to the game. Like, because roulette is actually way easier than people think. Just put your bets and put a lot of it on either black or red or odd or even. It's like, yeah, you might have that 1 or 2% chance, maybe, well, I guess technically like a 2 to maybe 4-ish% chance, depending on which type of roulette we're playing. Like, there is a chance that you could legit, like, get a little fucked from that. But there's always at least pretty much a coin toss one way or the other, when it comes to that type of shit. And if you kind of fling it around where you put like some on odd and then put some on black, let's say you have an odd red, you at least still win a little something, something. And if you're noticing you're getting a lot of odds versus like, one color or the other, you can maybe still kind of play around with the colors a little bit, but at least keep it on odds, and your chances are you're going to at least win something, something regardless, when doing shit like that. Now, granted, you would win more if you like put it on like a specific number and shit like that, or even on like the 0, 00 and stuff. But I mean, like the safe, like weirdly, like the slow grind way of doing it is the way I'm talking about, because it is like at least not like guaranteed winning, but you're gonna at least have a high chance of getting something. Should I do $10 or try and double it in one hand? I mean, you already were there last night, so I would just, be a little bit more conservative, so to speak, on this one. You know what I mean? Don't be going in, too crazy now. Because who knows? I mean, you might be able to, get that 10 to be like 50 or something, or maybe like, 80 or a hundo or some shit like that, but,
The gulping humanoids in their tanks, scrabbling at the
I always, try to keep premise, like, especially depending how often, going to a casino or gambling is, like, if it's like, pretty sparsed out and pretty, infrequent or like once in a blue moon, then, yeah, throw a little bit of cheddar in there. But, just nothing you can't afford to lose, no matter what. Like, always make sure it's something you can't afford to lose. And then, second part is like, if it is frequent, even with that principle in mind, especially, go with a little less each time. Just because it's, you never know. And plus, that might start trickling down into a problem potentially. Potentially, gambling addiction is a thing. That's why I like it, but it's not always like something that I always mirror and strive for because. And I know I can't really get addicted to it because I'm a little bit of one of those competitive dudes that I'm like, I do like to win, but I'm just like, if I'm losing a lot, I'm just gonna be like, fuck this. I'm moving on to something else instead. And that's how I feel about it. Like, I'm not gonna be a total sore loser about it, but I'm just like, all right, this ain't cutting for me. I ain't no, nope, I'm done. I concede. At a certain point, I just have been to do that because it's like, nah, I ain't doing this bullshit. If it's like that, then I don't think the next one's going to be the big one. I'm going to take a break from this for a while and then come back later, maybe. Like, it's like the same premise of like doing like a Call of Duty match or something, right? Like, you go on, maybe your first round or two is pretty alright, got some wins, but then like the next 5 or 6, you just are fucking sucking and losing, and you're like, what the fuck, and you get ragey. Like, at that point, what's the point of continuing to play? Back up and play something else at that point. Then tomorrow, you can go back into the game, and then there you go. Might actually be way better this time. I mean, so it's just one of those things where it's just like, shit. At least for me, I know I can't really have a issue with it if that's just how I feel about it. It's pretty addicting. It definitely can be. Especially when, so much of like the games, that they have are always like flashing crazy lights and and all sorts of like dopamine shit thrown right in the face. It's like, goddamn. I will say, like, especially like when I was in Vegas, seeing some of those like machines that were in the airport. I will say at least some of them were like interactive ones where you have to like try to like break down puzzles and other shit and stuff. And the most you do and win and this that, like the more you get out of it. It's like, I will say that at least some of them are at least all right. In the sense where like even for me, I'm like, okay, I could kind of see some fun in that. I could, maybe play around with that for the hell of it, but I'm like, it's just so overbearing and it's just insane. It's just too much. Even for my little autistic ass that likes to dope me, I'm like, whoa, way too much. Do you think it's rigged or no? Um, the house always wins, right? I mean, you know what they say. The house always wins. And there's always been times, and I've seen this before, where people win like 10,000, 100,000, 50,000 something dollars in casinos, or literally be like, actually, we think otherwise. That's void. Meh. Or actually, not all of those winnings were justified, and it will cause problems with it because the house don't like losing money. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like that across the board, but yeah, I mean, there is definitely a sense of, it is kind of rigged. But like I said, it's just because of the virtue of the house always wins. There is a certain level of how certain games, especially like slots, for example, especially slots, if anything, where they are actually like legit kind of rigged a little bit. And they don't like, and a lot of casinos don't like it when players count cards, which actually isn't illegal or anything, by the way. A lot of casinos tell you that, but it isn't. It just means you are good at playing the fucking game. Realistically, that's really what it means. So it's just like they don't like that shit. And also, that's a lot of reasons why some casinos will give out free alcohol if you're on a casino floor, and will just pass it around to you and shit, just willy nilly, or we'll ask what you want, and we'll just give you endless supply of that shit, because the more lubricated you are, the more likely you're gonna throw some more money down, and also be clumsy and not make the most smartest decisions when gambling. There's that too. It doesn't necessarily have to be rigged with the machine itself. It might rig it in the sense of like certain social influences. Like, I mean, there's tactics that casinos use in order to try to, get as much as they can out of you, basically. Because for every big win, they're going to have 1,000 losses and people walking out losing everything. It's like, and casinos love that shit. They love it when someone just basically put their life savings and their mortgage, gambling away their funds and shit. I mean, it's fucked as it sounds. Casinos love that. They don't really like, they enjoy the fact that people can have some wins here and there. Maybe they'll throw a few foul and some 10K and stuff out there, but if they think that, like, oh, you just know the game and you're just, like, basically taking advantage of that against us, they will notice that shit and be like, oh, hell no. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, if, it can't really, like, go like mafia status and like kick you out because you're winning too hard. But at a certain point, the management will legit be like, all right, you can kind of get the fuck out now. Like, if you're, like, they will do that. I mean, there's videos on YouTube, showing shit like that. Like, I mean, even on like Public Freakout, I've seen it happen every so often. It's not like frequent to where it's like a normal thing, but every so often, someone's just got that good lucky gamble charm on them. Lucky 7 and Lady Luck is just on their side, but the house don't like it though. And they'll try to like nullify their funds, or at least, just tell them to stop playing and just get the hell out and just cash out. Which basically is implying, do this at another casino. Like, quit doing it to us. Like, quit taking our money away. Take another casino's money. Make our competition better. Take like 20K from their ass or something. Like, quit taking like 15 from us. Go. Leave. I mean, that's usually how they do it these days. Or, like I said, other social influences and shit, too. That's why kind of casinos can be a little scummy, honestly. That's why I'm not really the biggest fan of them. But I do like, my gambling every so often. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things where I just don't like what, some of the behind the scenes, like, upper end management culture is when they look at the lower end of people that are here. Whether they're like big shots or average working class people, they always see them as just like money bags that they can just suck out like milk from like an udder. It don't matter where they come from, I like roulette, but I heard there might be magnets. That's why, like, like the machine roulette that I was playing, I felt like was a little fair because it was literally just like a shot of ball out and it just like eventually just landed somewhere. And then it like will unlock the ball from where it landed and just roll it into the center, and then it goes down, and then it cycles back through to do it again. Like, it was one of those things. So I was just like, all right, not really. You can't really, unless, I mean, I guess you could, but I mean, can't really fuck with that, really. It's like, it's not hard. You can't really manipulate that much. But like a real roulette table on the floor of a casino, I don't know. I mean, I've heard about that too. And I'm sure it's not impossible at all. I'm sure it's actually relatively pretty easy to do, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, at least from what I understand, when it comes to like rigging games, I mean, roulette isn't one that I hear about often, but I'm sure it does happen. Honestly, I wonder, like, if there's been like a casino anytime recently that's been busted. That's, I'm gonna actually see if my hotspot's still going. Because oh yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, because I'm gonna actually look this up. It's the last time. Ah. I guess I should just say shut down. Well, that just implies just shut down for other factors. I should say busted. Oh shit. Honestly, there's two of them as of 2026 alone. February 2026 in Florida. A four-county raid in Florida resulted in the seizure of over 525 illegal gambling machines, with officials noting these operations were linked to money laundering and trafficking. Well, it is Florida. I'm not really that surprised. Then April of 2026, so this month actually. So this was actually recently. This was like, so this is like the most. So wow, okay. So one happened not that long ago. In Bexar County, deputies shut down an illegal gambling operation in Texas for the second time. The second time? Oh God. In March and in April of 2026, a major bust occurred in Colorado involving 30 to 40 machines and multiple arrests. What does that mean exactly, though? Well, the machines, I'm assuming, being illegal in the sense that they are, like, when it comes to the money that's being put in and the probability of winning, the probability of winning is pretty much like fucking really nothing. So thus, when people are putting money into that machine, it's not going to the actual company or the operation or whatever that's actually running legal machines and shit. It's going to people that are laundering that money and basically trafficking that to other who knows what, like just pocketing it, whatever the fuck else. I mean, it's money laundering. I mean, at that point, I mean, because I suppose that there will be like wins established within those type of machines, but the idea is that there's so little of them that you're basically able to pocket more of it than is being lost. They're actually like some old school mafia, style money laundering kind of shit. Not like the only way they did it, but it's kind of an old school way. So why do you think there's so many of them with the fucking Vegas and started doing this shit over there? Let me think about it. Places like Vegas, especially, were like fucking bred and born in this shit. No, speaking of gambling, I'm gonna take a little gamble on what's going on for the night with little 11 cash app. Doing a little $3 per shot, little goal, where it's reoccurring. For every $3. So, like, honestly, because dead ass, let's say someone throws a fiver, and then if someone throws a two, that means that's $7, and that means that's two shots. See what I mean? See where this is going? Because the more there is, the more sippy happens. You can imagine the shenanigans that may happen with that. Almost all fucking more. And if you want to help, get towards that goal, it's right there, baby, in the comments with my kid. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet for monetization, for YouTube yet. Almost there though. We're getting there. So once we're able to do some cash apps, or not cash apps, what the fuck? Super chats, Jesus fuck. Super chats, then there could be different ways, that can happen. Because I would count, super chats, cash apps. I can count all of that. What you sipping on right now? It's a beer hug. Good sign brewing. Straight out of Portland, Illinois. Because I'm a Chicago, Oregon original. That's why. By the way, that's just an inside joke. It's a little bit of a meme here at this point because Inky and I have been, are propagating the meme. Because I have this, I didn't really think about it when I did get this hat when I visited Chicago, but so many people legit think I'm from Chicago because it says Chicago Original on the hat. I'm just like, and I also just like the hat, especially with like the kind of the tie-dye look and everything. And it's already, kind of cool little beat up nature because it was designed that way. I was kind of like, I like it, and so I got it. And I'd never thought about the original part because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not from there or anything. But you know what? I roll with it. And now Portland's been renamed to Chicago, and Chicago's renamed Portland now. That's how I treat it at this point. Don't drink as much no more. Just dip. Always have a 10 on me. That's not really that good, bro. You don't want to know that, like saliva gland cancer and stuff like that. You don't want that. I've seen what that can do to a motherfucker, and I mean, granted, tobacco of any form isn't really that great for you, but it's just like, man, if you didn't do that, I mean, I'm hoping it's at least like a Zyn or something, like at least it's like a pouch. But even then, that's not really that great. I used to drink moonshine. Oh my god, moonshine. Okay, I understand why you probably don't drink as much anymore. Holy fuck, dude. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's why you just gotta. Well, I mean, I don't know. Jesus. I was just about to ask you. Yeah, I've heard of Zyns. And there's like other, products like that too that exist. I think there's some called Skull. There's like Snus. There's a few other brands I think that exist out there. I used to work at a vape shop. Well, actually, I'm wearing their hoodie. I used to work at a vape shop at one point, so I sold these to people every so often. And those pod pox we had at the time I was working there, for as short-lived as it was, mainly because of their fucking dumbass faults. Didn't train me properly on their fucking system. And were kind of scalping me on my overtime pay because they made me work overtime like 2 or 3 different fucking times, or at least once a week for sure, when I started working there. And except for the first week, we're not giving me my OT pay. And I was just like, what the fuck? So they were just kind of a little sus as far as I'm concerned when it came to that shit. I was just like, nah. I will say they had good products. Shit, y'all had your own little distill? Damn. You're like legit OG moonshine in it. I will say I always wanted to make my own mead and start, doing that eventually one day. Just to kind of like experiment with it. Because, I mean, I've seen different YouTube content creators that, make mead. Because there's nothing like illegal or anything about like, making it on your own and doing that. But you just can't sell it or any of that shit. Like, you just can't distribute it or nothing. But you can make it. So I'm just like, I kind of want to like do that just to have my own little mead. So, I can like grab like different little fruits and shit, maybe like like stuff like that, or have like a little fruit garden, with like local like huckleberry, marionberry, stuff like that, some Oregon strawberries, little things like that, and whip up like some Oregon based like berry meads. So whenever my friends want to come by and kick it, I'm like, hey yo, you don't need a BYOB. I got meat and some nice fruity beans. Because I know there is a way to be able to like do it on your own where it isn't too difficult. It's just like a trial and error thing. Like when you get all the equipment and even if you know what you're doing, there's still like a trial and error about like making sure like when you're making your first couple batches, like kind of balancing it out because those first couple batches are probably not going to be the greatest. Maybe your first batch is going to be too bitter and too much alcohol content. It might fuck you up. Like, it could be nasty. But your second batch might be a little too sweet and barely any alcohol in it, and you basically just made like a cider mead thing. But now it's like, but if you can eventually kind of work it down, maybe after that like fourth or fifth batch, now you kind of balance it out to where it's like, all right, I could give this to people if I wanted to. Because thing is, I know legally you can also just give it to people. People can drink it. You just can't sell it or distribute it. That's all. But people can have it, which I don't know how that works because technically that would be distributing it. But I mean, I've looked it up, and at least at the very minimal, that's what it's about. You just literally can't distribute / sell and stuff like that. Like you can't like go somewhere else and sell it. Like they pretty much have to like come to you kind of thing. But frankly, at that rate, that part is probably not really that fucking a force. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably, like, bring a jar or two of your meat and then go to your homie's place and then share it there and they can have it for themselves. You know what I mean? As a gift. You know what I'm saying? Strongest meat was 130 proof. Fuck. Dude, that's like goddamn near Everclear status, bro. Holy shit. Practically almost making Everclear over there. What the fuck? Shit, man. I might want to, like, kick it at your place one day and be like, hey, yo, teach me some tricks. Moonshine? No, it's legal in some places. Oh, no, it is. I mean, you can literally buy moonshine in liquor stores here in Oregon. I mean, and fruity ones and, like, flavored ones, too. Like, I mean, it's not literal moonshine, but it's moonshine. I even looked it up. I actually found out the origins of moonshine originate from the British Isles and the Irish Emerald Isles as well, and from the 18th century, and was brought over uh, into the Americas during that time and throughout the 19th and 20th century. And the reason why it has been called moonshine is because even though legally it's been made, like for a while, even well before Prohibition, it's one of those things that like it's because when you saw the distilleries and like the fires that are being produced, making how a distillery works, right? I mean, if anyone's seen one or seen a documentary or has worked with one, you know how it works. And when you have like the moonlight over it, it's going to shine off a little bit, hence its nickname. And mostly popularized that term in America during the Prohibition era, but it was also partly, colloquially known as that in some places, or at least in some like neighborhoods and communities and shit, like that because of that. But the reason why it is what it is literally just because this unaged whiskey that is made of corn. That's pretty much is why moonshine is what it is. It's just unaged whiskey that's made of corn that is pretty much immediately distilled and then just like sent out. Instead of being aged in a barrel and the other processes that would make whiskey that we do know what a whiskey is. And thus, the alcohol content, dilutes down because of all the other things seeping in and all sort of shit, with a normal aged whiskey that everyone else, is familiar with. So it's one of those things where because I was kind of curious about it because I figured moonshine just came from the Prohibition era from people just bootlegging it. But no, it really didn't. It popularized and became what we know it as today because of it. But it was a thing even well before Prohibition was a thing, which I thought was like, oh, that's actually some legitimately kind of interesting but cool information. Even I didn't know that until the other night. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it until last night, actually, myself, because I was kind of like, because me and my buddy Rip City were talking on our Telegram group chat. Actually, I can't even pull it up because I have it on my Wi-Fi phone. Because I can even show you. I screen capped them, and so yeah. And the reason why it got brought up is because he said this. They ignore might like this. Some U.S. court declared the long-time ban on distilling liquor in homes to be unconstitutional, which I never knew was a thing. Because as far as I'm concerned, I know there are even content creators on YouTube that literally do shit like that in their home and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm just kind of like, how? I was kind of like, really? But it was just one of those things that wasn't really strictly enforced. But I mean, when it came, eventually we kind of got into like the moonshine part of it because he said, wasn't moonshine literally created in protest of the 20th Amendment? And I kind of mentioned that it was kind of like, thing prior and stuff. And then I looked it up, and it's taken a while to load up these fucking screen caps because they can actually show it, or at least say what the fuck they. Oh my god, they're taking a while. Well, I'll just let those load. I know it goes way back in history for sure. We've been making moonshine for 100 years, and my great grandfather was a bootlegger back in the day. Oh shit! Nice. Well, way different from my family. Can't really say too much about what my mom's side of family is. I just know they're from the South. But at least on my dad's side, which comes from the North, I know a pretty decent amount because I can at least trace it back to William Dawes, to Charles W. Dawes, who fought in the Civil War. And then also another Dawes who I think was a politician in some presidential administration, if I remember correctly. And then, what else? There's like one other thing, too. I can't quite remember all this on the top of my head. I know, at least on my mom's side, though, I pretty sure that I can trace my lineage as a illegitimate bastard lineage to the Yorkist line of the English throne, with the last one being King Richard III, because he had a bastard child named John, who was fairly well known, but also was known to at least been somewhat sleazy and kind of a drunkard, and might have laid with a few wenches in his time, kind of thing. So I mean, out of all the King Richards, and at least with that one being the one that I know would be the predominant one that would be one I would likely be related to, that's the only way possible that I could be related to him. Just on the virtue is because his daughter, who was a legitimate daughter, passed away and never had children at some point after being married in between the ages of like 15 to like 20. Sometime in her like late teen, young adult years, she passed away at some point without bearing children. And his other son, who was a legitimate son, passed away when he was 10. So obviously, that kid ain't bearing shit. He ain't bearing children himself. He died because he was a sickly, ill child and died, from a sickness of some sort. I forgot exactly what. Probably dysentery for all we know. You know what I mean? Like some shit like that. Thus, that leaves the only other living relative, at least to a son or a child of King Richard III, would be his son John. And he lived to at least be in his like early 30s, about, give or take. They don't know exactly when he passed away or executed, one or the other, but they believe it was probably around his like early 30s, mid 30s, stuff like that, somewhere around there. And the chances are it was his uncle that probably executed him, because of him potentially trying to claim this legitimacy of the throne, from the Yorkist line, and his uncle wasn't a part of that. He got wed into a different line that eventually, gained claimant. And his uncle, pretty sure, was King Edward the Fourth. So, I mean, it's kind of weird to think that I have like a weird bastard son, like, lineage to the throne a little bit over there. It's a little weird. Chris think about ancestors. Yeah, I mean, I will say I can't really confirm this though. I just know that I have one of my cousins on my mom's side of the family that is kind of like the family keeper of the tomes a little bit, and she's knows way more about this than I do. And from my understanding, she has been able to trace our family lineage back to one of the King Richards, and I'm pretty sure it's King Richard III if I remember correctly, because I remember a third or a 13th or something being in there, but there ain't no King Richard XIII, so I think it's him. And he wasn't even the king that lasted that long either. So if it isn't him, then it might be another one, but I don't know. I just know it's one of the King Richards, but I think it might be him. If not, I mean, that would be kind of unfortunate because, I mean, King Richard III was a little bit of a, like, I don't know, like, kind of a weird edgelord in a sense. Whoops. It's goddamn tray fucking actually bonked the fucking. Oh my god. Jesus. That's what happens when the tray taps your fucking stand, just knocks everything over and goes topsy-turvy. But yeah, like, he wasn't like, edgy in a sense of just like being like a crazy fuck. He was just kind of like a weird edgelord in a sense of like he wasn't there for long. He wasn't really well liked, to be honest, and he wasn't really a dude that did much either. Besides, have a lot of failures that just did not really make him look great. He really isn't that great of a dude, to be fucking honest. So, I mean, I'm not even really taking in that much pride, but I'm just like, I mean, that's if, that's where it lies. I mean, if anything, I'm more like proud of the bastard, son, illegitimate, lineage that is John, his illegitimate son. I'm more proud of him. And there's so little known about him. God damn it. Alright, you will stay here, bitch. Alright, there we go. That's saying, have you done an ancestry thing that could have done more information, maybe? Well, my family has. I don't have a subscription anymore, but I have before. And yeah, all my lineage is literally Northwest European mutt. I'm Norwegian. I'm probably Frisian, Dutch, Irish for sure. I'm a quarter Irish. I'm about like 50% Norwegian. And everything else is broad Northwest European mutt. From the entire British Isles, all of it, to from like the Frisian Dutch regions to like Gallic France and Celtic France and shit with Gallia, and at least central and like northern Germany as well, like Pomerania and like Denmark. So I have a lot of like Germanic, Nordic, Frisian, mutt shit going on with a predominant Norwegian thing, and then a lot of Irish and Anglo-Saxon, maybe some Scot a little bit probably, and Frisian from that, like in Norman like I got a lot of fucking muttness of just that sect of man, dude. I mean, like I could blend into like the fucking Irish to the fucking Scots to the English to the Nords. And the Frisians or the Dutch. Like I could if I were to like go back in time in their era, I could probably blend in pretty easily with any of those motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it probably wouldn't be that hard. Oh, I know I definitely got some family out there I don't know about. I mean, just on my mom's side, I definitely know for a fact. And on my dad's side, I mean, there is a non-biological side. Well, there's But like, cause I will be blunt with this. Like, my dad's side is mostly like non-biological when it comes to that because my biological father was adopted, but was adopted at birth from that from the family that came from the Dawes, and but I don't really give a fuck as far as I'm concerned. I consider that part of my lineage and background of who I am as a person and stuff. And I know for a fact that like whatever side of the biological side of my dad's part of my family is, the very little I do know about, it's probably fucking crazy. Because I know my biological dad's mom was kind of a crazy bitch. Think of like Alex Jones, but like actually like unironically, literally militant. Like she thought that the government was out to kind of get her, kind of thing. She's even made like and even plotted like bombing attempts before, at like local government buildings. She apparently was a crazy fuck that was like on the FBI's list for a bit. Like crazy bitch apparently. I don't know every fucking detail. I just know that she apparently was fucking cuckoo and a crazy conspiratorial, nutter. And she had like from what I understand, she was really short, but her partner was really tall. Like, and from what I've gathered, from what I understand, actually, like, because apparently there was a photo that my mom had but lost of him, at least, because we were able to find that. And he unironically literally looked just like me and my dad, but ever so slightly different. Like, he fucking looked pretty eerily, like, uncanny valley, like my dad, especially. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh shit. I was like, huh. And but so evidently whatever the dominant genes are, it comes from him. But I have no idea who he is though. I just seen a picture of him and that's it. I don't even know what his name was or nothing. I used to know the name of his mom at least, or I guess technically my grandma now, but yeah, it's like I don't know. I never saw a picture of her though. I just heard about her because my sister on my dad's side, because I have one sibling on each side of my family. On my mom's side, I have a brother, and on my dad's side, I have a sister. Well, my sister, she's the one that kind of keeps some records about that, and she was able to kind of find out a little bit about it. And also, I think, from my understanding, both of them might have passed away now at this point as well. But I kind of want to learn more about though, and kind of get a refresher. Because if my memory is not mistaking me, and that really how she was, this might explain why my sister, me, my mom, and well, not my mom, my dad, and a few other people I know in my family from my dad's side, and at least like on my sister's side too. I'm like, this is starting to explain some things. Because I'm definitely a fucking radical. That I know it's in my blood, and I can see why. So that's cool to know. Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm not like, like, worship your ancestors, this and that, blah, blah, blah kind of guy, but I do always love and appreciate, being able to try to learn and find out about that stuff because it really does kind of help get an idea and understand about, like, how you are. I mean, there is, like, a little truth in the idea that, like, you kind of have this quote unquote like ancestral trauma that can kind of get passed down or ancestral experience that gets passed down via genetics because your literal code of your DNA can carry that shit down. Like we do understand enough, we don't quite know and understand why or how, but we understand that it does, where that can happen, where sometimes people have like this response to trauma where yeah, maybe they never had in their life, but maybe their mother did. Maybe their, father, maybe, someone in their line, did, to the point where it just stuck so hard in that code to where it was passed down. And they got it too. It's, hence why you got like clinical depression and like, these different clinical disease, because it had to start from somewhere, and that got passed down because it gotten so encoded in that DNA to where it's now a part of the condition of the future generations. No fault to them or that person or whoever, but it's just the case, right? And everyone goes through depression, obviously. I mean, but some people literally can genetically go through clinical depression. There are people out there that might generally live pretty decent fucking lives, but because maybe their parents or other people suffered with depression and struggled a lot or whatever the fuck, they got that a little bit now because so ingrained in that DNA in them that there might be reason, they might have no reason to be depressed, but they're like, they feel that way. And I know in my family, it's definitely a struggle. My mom, my brother, my dad, like, it's both sides of my family struggle with depression. So I know for a fact that, I got that, DNA in me. It's like, that's coded in my ass. But, it's not a bad thing, though. I mean, it's just one of those things where it just shows that sometimes, especially when you can learn more about ancestry in your past, or at least even like your biological kin and stuff, that might even still be around, and learn more about how they are. It kind of might help understand about how yourself, how you as yourself is as well, because you all kind of come from, in one way, shape, or form, a similar genetic code. Even if it's like even if like the stepson or stepbrother or whatever isn't part of that. Because technically, both of my siblings are step siblings, but I never have seen them now. I just never have. I mean, it's just one of those things where, at least in my mind, it's like they're still blood to me because they literally are. Whether it's from my dad or from my mom, they just are. Which is kind of weird, though. What would that be considered? I guess a half sibling, but even then, I never consider that either because, again, they just are just full on sibling to me. I guess it would be a half sibling, but if you like to say the world's make people depressed, 100%. Well, depression doesn't just happen due to like a personal stuff. It is also due to the virtue of the world. And yeah, I think there is more people today that are legitimately more depressed, more like in the sense of like, what the fuck are we doing? And also, there's less people wanting to like have kids. There's less people wanting to like save up for a future because like we ain't got none. So what the fuck is the point? I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, a byproduct of not. It's like a byproduct of the system that is like a form of nihilism that is destructive. Because I personally would consider myself a nihilist, but in the sense of a positive way, where yeah, there is like an heirloom knowing, but like we can make one of it, and that's okay, and we all subjectively have one because there isn't an objective inherent one. I believe in the broader philosophical idea of it instead of like nothing matters, fuck it, idea, because that shit's legitimately kind of destructive. Because it's like, I mean, if nothing fucking matters in a sense where it's like, who gives a shit? That's not the point of at least the philosophical idea of what nihilism is about. Like, it's meant to you fill in the blank and you make the best of it and you make the most of it because you do. It's kind of like an Aleister Crowley-esque idea, like do as thou wilt and maximize your time with it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the idea with it. It doesn't mean fuck it, who gives a shit. Just kind of wallow in the misery and let it get worse, around me and shit. That's not what it means. I mean, you can be a nihilist but still care about the planet. You can be a nihilist and still care about like your fellow human being to some extent. You can be a nihilist and still have empathy. Like it doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be a destructive idea and a philosophy. Where it's just like fuck it, accelerate it to death. It's like no. I mean, because if anything, that type of shit should, get you mad. What I'm seeing right now that's going on in the world fuck pissed me off. I talk about it a lot on my streams and shit, which I'm kind of surprised over an hour in we haven't really delved into it that much yet, because usually it's like 30 minutes in when that happens, or at least even sooner than that. But hey, I guess that means we're just chilling, having a good time. But but the point, it's like, especially when it's like going on, and with this whole like like the Strait of Hormuz and shit, and the fucking Iran, and like I even did a show on Saturday with low energy videos, which I'm gonna at least make a community post, maybe at least have the link shared of that, because we delved into history about Iran, and honestly, especially the early history in the Pahlavis Shah era, even went as far back as a fucking century ago, back in 1925. Like, and the beginning precedent of what started with Western affairs influence, shocker, was because of the Cold War during 1946, or actually 1941, with the Anglo-Soviet invasion of Iran. Did you ever know that happened? The Soviets and the British invaded Iran to essentially occupy it, to avoid the Nazis for influencing Iran to become a potential antagonistic Axis power, even though they were a neutral power at the time. And also, afterwards, the Soviets didn't want to leave. After the war ended in 1946, so the West, mostly the United Kingdom at this point, went in to invade and also like stir up a lot more with the 1946 Iran crisis, to essentially force Stalin and the Soviet Union to get the fuck out of Iran. And thus, from there, with the Anglo-Iranian oil company, solidified their power and influence into what eventually led to the overthrowing of Mohammad Mossadegh, who was elected in 1952 to be overthrown, literally just barely over a year later in 1953. There's a lot of fucking shit, even during the fucking Second World War, that led up to honestly where we're at now. It's honestly pretty wild, and it's a really good show. I think y'all should go check it out. Low energy videos should be his most recent stream, I believe. But like I said, I'll have a little community post and share that over, for everybody to check out eventually, and all that fun shit. Dr. Obama was actually defeated in the return of the Elk MC. Oh yeah, that's another good thing too that actually happened. Speaking of news that's been going on. I'm going to take a piss real quick and we'll come back. But also, we are doing a consecutive $3 goal. Doesn't have to be $3 from one person, but if anyone wants to send a little love, we are doing $3 a shot. So if anyone wants to see a little extra tipsy funness and maybe extra, hey, you're pretty chill when you drink, right? Yeah. One shot later, I'm just like, talking politics, and we're already doing that. So you know what? Fuck it. We gotta send a little love. It's right there down there in the pin, section with the cashier. I mean, so if anyone wants to send a little love, it all makes it better. So anyway, I shall be right back. And, I'll turn this up actually a little bit for you guys, because, this is better. How much is it? Nip slip money? That one has to be $10, but that has to be from one person. So if you're willing to throw $10, then yeah, I'll do it. But you specifically gotta throw me a 10. Well, it was Nuclear Power Trio, but now it's some blues. It is Junior Kimbrough or Kimbrough. Junior Kimbrough. Wait, what's the name of the song called? Don Gato. Don Gato, don't tell you one now. Bro, at 276 is played on Friday? God damn it. Yeah, I probably could have missed it too. Oh, dude, did you see that? Dude, they actually were on the local news for a little bit. Like, I think OPB and the Oregonian put them on the news for a little bit. I'll give you 25 from Super Touch Industries worth about $10 for a nip slip or only some classy shit. If you actually do it, this also counts to the consecutive fucking shots goal too, by the way. You know what? Just to prove it to people, I guess, because I have no idea if this will help. But I'll make it. It's right here. $3 a shot right here. Dude, what if that just shattered? What if that just like clunk and just shattered? Oh my god, that'd be fucking wild if that actually did happen, bro. But I'm just saying. Smirnoff? That's not fucking Smirnoff, you dipstick. This is McCormick's. That's McCormick's, you dip. The fuck else do you think it is? Oh! Come on now. Well, I can't read backwards. Well, it's whiskey. Smirnoff ain't a fucking whiskey. I don't know if they make whiskey or not, but I mean, just pretty sure they don't. But anyway, like I said, it's like a communal, like for every $3, it's a shot. And if honestly, Tony being fucking serious, like, I mean, about the Cash App thing, if it throws me a 10 on there, because, I mean, I got it right here. I can, keep myself updated on that bitch. So, and I see where it's at. So I'm like, if it pops up, that's 3 shots right there. 3, 6, 9, and then there's another $1, so that's $2 left for the next one, which would be 4. So, I mean, not only would he be paying for a nip slip, but he's paying for 3 shots on top of a nip slip. Dude, he's getting a bargain. I should actually be trying to, like, Jew him up a little bit or something, dog. But, you know what? Nah, I'm giving him a fucking deal. Nip slip and plus the consecutive goal we got going on. Like, you got a deal right now, bro. Like, you got yourself a... Dude, like... You just all I gotta do is to see the update right there, to see the love. It's right there at the pinned comment, man. It's right there. That's all it's got to do. I guess I guess they're just all on Friday now. Like a Headless Fest on Friday in May. Fuck. Quit telling me about these shows. Probably can't go to these. I might try to go to Los Malvados because on this coming Friday, because that's $15. That's not that big of a deal. So I'm thinking like, If I could go to one, that's probably a show I'm gonna try to go to for a local show. Uh, but that just also depends on the timing and everything else as well. Yeah, I was hoping the sack crackle pop, but I couldn't. Damn. Or do this at least. Oh, really? Oh, damn it. This show on 24th, I might be able to do it. Fingers crossed I might be able to, but we'll see. You know, if I remember, I think the Neighborhood Kids are supposed to be touring to Portland pretty soon too. Just because they happen to be playing in the background, it's like, I want to see them live eventually because I know they'll be fucking dope. Wow, 1876 immediately afterwards. Fuck yes. I was about to be like, let's see if I need to skip this or not. Oh, definitely not. Fuck yeah. Between this song and Braids in the Pit, like, it's probably one of my favorite songs. Oh, and Hail to the Chief too. Even though I guess that's technically a cover, but. Dude, I need to get one of my 1876 shirts out of retirement. Start wearing that more often. Don't be telling me that you wimped out on this. Come on. You had to deal with some epicness that could have gone down. But yet it has not been achieved. I usually just do casual encouragement, but man, that sounded like more like, you know, all right, let's bet, you know, kind of shit there. You know what I mean? And so I was like, hey, I'll do it. I'll go monkey mode, and that means I have to do 3 consecutive shots. Like, I mean, that's a steal. 3 consecutive shots, and I'm like doing some like nip shit. And also, if he wants me to keep it classy, oh, I can. And I will. Vomit, so be careful, bro. Oh, what? Oh, shit, is that really the case? Oh, Wait, how does DFF get away with that then? Because they've literally have done that. Oh, you know what? I bet it's... Oh, you know what? I think I have a way to... I think... Let me rephrase it then. He's getting the 3... Not because of the $10 with the tips, but because of the nip. That's just an extra tip in the care package, you know what I'm saying? But we do have a $3 consecutive thing for Fun Silly Juice. That is known as the maple syrup. Nip tips. Well, that's, yeah. That's unironic. Oh, that he said he put 10 for the nip slip. I'm holding that word to it, and yeah, that's what he was initially doing it for. I already had another goal in mind, you know, which that also would contribute to it nonetheless. The thing is, if he wants that, he has to throw the 10 on it. Then I'll even throw. You know what? I'll do a buy one get one free. I'll throw both of them out there. I'll do a buy one, get one free deal on that fucking care package. Problem Madison small time stream. That is true, but I mean, it's good that you did bring that up, though. I never honestly thought about that because I've been mentioning this like $5 shot, $3. I've been trying this little goal idea off and on, which honestly, the times I have a lot of fucking people where the algorithm hits me, like I have no way to put my cash app down as a pinned comment thing because usually when that happens, there's no mod around. I'm just like, fuck, I can't do that because that would be the most perfect time for it. But whenever I want to do these goals, it never ends up being the case. And it's just like, fuck. But that's okay. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it's alright. But still, it's just like, so, yeah. Because you know what? At the end of the day, what the cash app's there for in the tips is not for the substance. You know, it is the love of the game. It's the love of the content. It's like you're, sending love to a content creator, and it's an encouragement for them to keep going with the content that is being produced. Like, the substance that is being evolved, off and on in between of what's going on has nothing to do with that. If anything, all it is just an encouragement for the love of the game, not the goal of the tip. Hence why I don't make it like an inherent goal in the sense that it's like, oh yeah, if you do that. Like, because frankly, there are going to be times where I'm going to probably fucking forget. And also, I mean, I'm in a spot where I can't always check Cash App. So, I mean, I don't know if, like, how many are going to be. And frankly, I will say, if there was a point where it's like someone said, like, let's say, like, $20 or whatever. You know how many shots that is? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Especially consecutively. No. Like, Like, I mean, at a certain point, there's a cutoff where that just ain't happening no more. Because it's just like, hey, it's for the love of the game. It's not about the goal. It's about the, sending love and encouraging the content to keep going because that's what it's all about. You're sending me love. Little tip, it's like I have the tip jar while I'm busking on the street. That's basically what it's all about, and that's fundamentally what it will always be about, regardless of, extra side goals and side quests and shit, Because those are never the point. That's just a fun way to help encourage, the broader love of the game, when it comes to tips. Because look, I'm doing the same shit as anyone else would be doing when it comes to this type of shit. I'm just, more small time in comparison to a lot of other people, but that's okay. I recognize how the game works. I'm just playing how the game, YouTube set up. So don't, it's like, don't get at me, YouTube. If you like what I'm doing for me some love. Yeah, like, well, now their algorithm might hit that too a little bit. But that's why I'm thinking like, I gotta think about that a little bit. Because I know, like, even if I'm like off in the corner, when it comes to me, with my chiefing and stuff, sometimes like it's like they each restrict my shit, when it comes to that. And I know that sometimes that might be a problem for having a stream being monetized or not. So I'm just like, how do I, like, unless I just do this all the time, every time I'm doing that, like, which I know I've done that before, point where it unironically has crashed my stream before. So, I mean, I can't do that every fucking time. And I sometimes will literally be over here while I'm doing it. And even, maybe it's just because I slip up once or twice, but, even then it still restricts me. I'm just like, what the hell? The only other thing I think of is just either the topics I'm talking about, which, honestly, a lot of times these days, unless it's, like, political, and even then, that ain't gonna be a trigger for that. Like, it's not really that, like, bad. Except that one time not that long ago when Logan was over here. And maybe just like because I'll have a burr. But there's plenty of times, even Phoebe like had a 6-hour plus stream that's still completely monetized and everything, where she was overtly even admitting that like I'm drinking for the stream tonight. Like, so I mean, I don't know, like it can't be this. I mean, obviously there might be caveats, but it obviously can't be that. So the only thing I can think of is maybe it's just like I just got to be a little extra about this, and just like really just be away and out. I actually remember there was one time where Fuse even messaged me on Discord being like, "Hey, next time be careful with the ball. You almost had it out of the way, but it wasn't quite, and that triggers stuff sometimes. So just be careful." And I was like, "Oh, no worries, my bad." I was kind of like, "Oh, don't want that being a problem." So I think it really is just a virtue, even if it's like that. I think even it like hits it or something. It might be. It might be that. So, because even like flipping, the screen around, like if I did this, like if I did that, even doing that, too many times will crash the screen every so often. So, I guess I just literally have to be just like keep this thing off screen as much as possible and just be the fuck out of here and just like be over here when I'm smoking or something. Hold on. Oh. Oh, chunk, chunk. Whoa, what you plan for the ending? Oh, Jazzy, sometimes wish you would just end me. Oh, what you plan for, Jazzy? Oh, Jazzy, sometimes wish you just end me. Oh, chunk, chunk. Wouldn't you come out of the closet? What, for being like bisexual or like pansexual or whatever? Honestly, there's kind of like different levels of the closet I got out of. I came out to my friends a lot more sooner than I did when it came to my friends or my family. My bad. Like when it came to my friends, I kind of came out to them around like 8th to like 9th, 10th grade, but I didn't come out to my parents at least until about 12th, or 11th to 12th grade. So, I mean, it was kind of like a little arc of coming out, but I was obviously most comfortable. Like I came out to myself like back in like 7th or 6th grade. Like I mean, I realized what I was at that point. It was just more about like, is it I'm chill later, like when it came to friends and other stuff. And once I realized that, I was like, oh, okay, I'm alright with that. But now it was more about like, now as my family, you gotta be okay with this. And eventually, like, it took a while because honestly, my mom really tried to instill this weird bullshit fucking guilt with it, but it obviously didn't stick with me at all because she literally was like, when I came out to her, she literally cried and was being like, "Where did I go wrong?" And I'm like, "You never did. This is just who I am." Like, what the fuck? You're trying to weirdly like guilt trip me indirectly with this shit, thinking, "Oh, me being bisexual is the fault of somehow you didn't raise me right." Like, what the fuck? I was like, And if anything, especially back then, but even in hindsight, I'm like, nah. Oh, fucking hell. Oops. Phone fell and took shit for a sec. Oh, no. Just stay in one spot, please. Goddamn. But anyway, like I was saying, though, I mean, like, in hindsight, knowing that, I was just kind of like, I knew it was like some fucking bullshit, so I mean, it never really like impacted me, but in the early, at least now, but like back then, it was kind of like a little what the fuck thing because it kind of kept me a little like, oh, is this not really that good kind of thing for a while. and it kind of kept me crawl for a bit because it was just one of those things where it's like, I mean, now I'm like, hey, we're here, we're queer, we're out, out of closet in the streets. I'm a militant queer motherfucker now at this point, but like back then it was just like, fuck, dude. Oh man, there's still a little bit of a tingling of that, sticks around. I'm just like, man, I feel like this, like, limits opportunities that could be set forth.
Listen, you son of a bitch. What the fuck's your problem? You want to sit
Which the redemption arc has been crazy. The new CEO has proven her completely right. Dude, honestly, leave it to Cancer to actually be a piece of shit again, as it always is. Remember when we were like, oh, well, I guess Cancer got it right once, and now, like, we're like, fuck, we take that card back, fuck you, no, no, you don't deserve it anymore. Because, like, no, that's how I feel at this point. This is some bullshit, bro.
For the children. GMO kills the rats, but it's good for you. Honeybees didn't die, but it's good for you. You like your IQ dropping, you like to die. Government loves you, drink your fluoride.
I don't let that go through. But, yeah, it's, dude, in a weird way, like, Wajiki era of, fucking YouTube was honestly way better, bro. It just legit was. Let's just be honest. LaMail, what is this? Did RRK start Punk Man? No, this is called Alex Jones Prison Planet. It's literally just like sampling Alex Jones quotes with heavy metal.
Destruction and hatred of all that is good, black rivers of pestilent filth are being poured out upon our heads. This whole thing's gonna come down on us. Hope you're cozy under the black wings of the New World Order. We'll see how that works out for you. We're not drinking out of your fetid, filthy, pus-filled cup, your goblet of death. Light that fire that will burn your system into a pile of black slag. You understand that? Get out of the way.
Dude, this shit goes fucking hard, bro.
Get out of my way. You filth. You absolutely diabolical, deceiving scum.
You're gonna love this one.
This country down to the level of mindless jellyfish. I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? It's crap. I'm sick of being social engineered. It's not funny. You're parasites. You're scum. We don't go with anything you tell us anymore.
Dude, that drop goes fucking hard, bro. Don't tell me otherwise. That fucking drop, dude, goes way too hard.
Won't you fight for your life? Won't you recognize who these scum are?
I accidentally got a brownie from 7-Eleven that expired 4 days ago. You got a brownie that... Wait. Did you just get that? Go back to 7-Eleven and say, hey, this one expired 4 days ago, and just get a new one. If you literally just went in that 7-Eleven, just go back in there and just say, hey, this one expired. They'll be cool with letting you get another one. I've done that before. Like, I mean, hey, that's not the end of the world there. And weirdly enough, that brownie might still actually be aight, but don't take the risk. 4 days ago, that's pushing it, man. I would have to leave again. Wait, so you just got back to the pad and you got it? Oh, no, that means you'd have to go all the way back. Yeah, damn. Well, don't risk it. Yeah, don't fucking risk it. I mean, I don't know. How close is the 70s to you? Because if it's like, like right... Well, no, hold on. I mean, you don't necessarily have to have the receipt. If you did literally just get it, that same shopkeeper, that guy's still going to be there. He's going to recognize you. You'll be like, hey, I just came in here, I bought this, and it's expired 4 days ago. Can I get another one that isn't on the shelf? If anything, they'll probably like, oh yeah, go for it, bro. Like I think they should be okay with it, especially if at this time of night. Yeah, like it has to be the same dude. I guarantee you're gonna recognize you. I'm sure you'll be able to get something out of that. I mean, that's just if you want to take time to do it, I suppose. If a brownie is just that gluttonous for you.
The new world order didn't come, it's here. The red cups ain't coming, they're here. They're here. We're in a savage war. Fighting with 2 daggers in our hands, and the globalists are stumbling around bleeding all over the place right now.
Your windmill and your fucking tail for this.
Murdering, ghoulish, narcotics trafficking, child
oh, you're ridiculous. What the hell?
Garbage, filth, these maggot-infested demons.
Maggot-infested demons! Ah! Boy.
This is death bound, folks. There's never been more dangerous times. This isn't me telling you they're going to do this 10 years ago. It's here. So I get wound up, and I am in a fighting mood. I can't help it. I just start.
You're really shedding a lot, bro. Oh my god. All this white underbelly fluke. Oh. Oh.
The devil only knows how to con people and manipulate people because
the video's just stretching everywhere. It's like, fuck.
He is a fraud. He is a lie. He is not 1 trillion what the creator is. To hell with the devil. Straight to the pit with Satan. Down with Satan. Get behind me, Satan. Down with the devil.
Are you trying to bite my hand?
Get out of the road. Get behind me.
I think Vito just tried to give a little nip at my hand.
The devil who stands at the gate of Valhalla. Get behind me, Satan. Out of the way. Humanity's coming through.
That's Vito.
I'm sick of these people. I know I'm stronger. I know I've got more will than they do. I'll tear them apart, and they do it.
Oh, he just took his ball and ran away. It's like, fuck you, Chris bastard. Jazzy, what are you doing? She wants to assault the ball as well. She wants it. Aw, chunk chunk. Hey, chunk chunk. Up chunk chunk. Hey, girl. Wow. What's up, little chunk? Ah. What are you doing? No. Let's see this kind of figure real quick. Hold on, bro. Oh. You're like, fuck those guys. She was like, no, fuck that shit. Oh my god, it actually works. He's a little chunk. He's a little chunk chunk. What a good little girl. You silly little thing. Cool, cool. Well, I guess surprised. Figured it'll almost be like midnight already, but it's not even 11 yet. She. I did this sooner than I thought. Oh, hell. I was saying it's a lot unfortunate that we have not, been achieving our goals. What are those goals? I shall now have to postpone what those goals are. But you shall see what those goals are when they are achieved. And I cannot believe that Tony literally kind of pussied out on it though. He pop in, he chill, he vibe, but the one time I'm like saying a little love to his brother, he's like, He teased the son of a bitch. So he had an opportunity. He had an opportunity for some content though. He could clip it and save it and upload it wherever the fuck he wanted to. I wouldn't care. He could do whatever he wanted. He could make money off it. I wouldn't give a shit. Like, I mean, but he just didn't do it. I mean, out of all the fuck propositions of his foreskin protectors, his nipple clamp protectors, whatever the fuck he's showing, it's like, no. Like, the one time I try to make a deal with you when it comes to this type of situation, you just like, not you back out. You don't even say you back out. You just kind of ran away. Like I'd say that's a little bit of some shame. That's a little faux pas when it comes to the business industry. I tell you what. Choke. Okay, she's starting to get a little too warm for me. Are you seriously this comfortable? She's like, yeah. Well, why do I have a big old butt in my face? Yeah, well, thank you. The one for your big old chunk. Right there, that corner. Big old little galump girl. Beetle. You crazy boy. Honestly, like I took him on a little twice today, and both times he didn't want to take poop. I'm like, bro, why you no take poop? I don't want to do it for a third time, but I'm kind of like, I'm starting to think maybe I might have to. I mean, I might take her again. Because she went both times. She was being a good girl. But Bean over here did not want to do some poo-poo at all. It's like, why? You didn't want to do your potty business. Don't be perking your ears up. You had your chance twice today. I just have to assume you just got nothing in the chamber. It was wild. I thought he actually had one ready to go. But no, he was just so determined to sniff something. He literally just kind of squatted just to sniff at a particular thing because Jazzy was trying to wander off somewhere else. And I was trying to pull him. And I'm just like, I had everything ready to go. To be like, all right, I got to pick that up and then throw it in the dump. But nope. Nothing. Nothing. I was like, bruh. I'm just hoping that the next time I do that for you, you got one in the chamber. Okay? Because, like, goddamn. Lord have mercy. This Chunk got all of her ammunition out. You know, get over here. Get over here, Vito. You crazy bastard. What are you doing? Come here. Whoa! 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 Cablon! Cablon! Sit. You are to stay and chill. Lay down. Lay down. You know what? That's fine. He's like, yeah, it's mine. You just dropped it. You just dropped it, bro. Don't give me that pouty look. You just dropped it. You goofy boy. Assault on the face. Immediately just glumps it right into the cushion. This is just so cute. What a goofy little boy. Goodness gracious. Speaking of goodness gracious, this China's been dead. It's just been nothing but quiet observations this whole time. What, no one got a little topic in mind or a question or nothing? Everyone's just silently lurking, hiding around, waiting to see if I'm gonna pop with something. What's going on? This only goes as long as the chat goes. And the silence, I will say, disturbs me. The disturbance in the force that is. I am Yoda if he was basically Palpatine. Yoda I am if I was Palpatine. Disturbance in the silence there is. That actually is actually kind of interesting, hypothetical. What if Yoda like turned the dark side? I don't think he ever would though, but what if there's like a weird arc where he's like, fuck it. Maybe there was something to it. You know what I mean? Is there actually any point in time where that actually would work in Star Wars universe? I don't think it would. Weirdly enough, I think Yaddle would probably be more like likely to do that than anyone. Have that mysterious fucking alien race motherfuckers. I would say that out of both of them, the most intriguing and the most interesting would be Yoda, though. Because I do think he would probably be like a legit, fierce, fucking crazy ass fucking Sith Lord. And you know what? I think I could paint an idea where maybe he could, for a moment at least, even if temporarily, is maybe he actually sides with Dooku for a little bit until he realizes he's working with Sidious, then he convinces him to team up against him or something. You know what I'm saying? I can see that possibly. Like he kind of plays around dark side. I guess worst case scenario, he just basically is a gray Jedi. At that point, or like a gray versus like Jedi or Sith at that worst case scenario. But even then, probably not, because he was a fucking Grandmaster. It's like literally one of the only few, so probably not. He was too indoctrinated in the ways to the point where he was blinded. He was blinded by his ways. Actually, that was literally his biggest fucking fault, was the fact he was blinded by his ways. He didn't see the writing on the wall that was kind of hitting him in the face. They'll say, shit, where's up here where you need him? Because he would totally nerd the fuck out over this conversation. Or at least, I guess, my rant. More or less, but still. He's not even on Discord anymore. I'm just like, where the fuck did his ass go? I need to find a way to hit his booty up. I know there's a way for me to do it. I just need to be like, hey, yo, what's up? Guy just fell off at this point. It's not even on, because like even his Discord isn't even like a thing, let alone like just being inactive on it. I'm just like, did he just take it down or something? Because I even tried re-adding him as a friend, and even that don't work. I'm just like, so he must have just totally taken it down or something. I was like, what the fuck happened there? It's like, What's up, chunk? Why are you perking your ears up? What's up, chunk? What are you perking your ears up for? There ain't nothing out there. Probably just a neighbor smoking a cigarette right outside. And he chilled. When I left for my birds, both y'all were boof. Because he was just chilling out there and you sensed his presence. Shame, shame. Shame, shame. Gonna take a little pay pill real quick. Nah, shall I return momentarily? Creating race wars and culture divide. Now the life that y'all live is more valued than mine, simply because the shade that y'all color the difference from mine. So all the history that we share is no longer enough. All the struggles that we share is no longer enough. All of the victories that we share is no longer enough. That's what I understand from all this prejudice talk. You speak a good, give a better walk in the walk. Demand the things from everyone that you won't give up. Leading by example is an absolute must. That's beyond the capabilities, so shut the fuck up and sit down. You wanna be the king? Long live the chief. For a little old thing, little boys bang bang. Long live the chief. People fighting over ranks, people wanna be the king. Long live the chief. Yeah, watch pretty mama while I slang my cane. Long live the chief. Riders on the storm, that's what they called us. Rebels without a cause, nobody can stop us. Definition by your pressures, we won't control it all. Mama through the city with the tribe on the back. Get caught up in the feeling that we vibe in the past. See young bucks, freedom was the latest siren call. Woof, 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 woof. Here we go for boy. So soft a little bit later. And I'm debating on whether to try to manipulate the algorithm or not tonight. Do a little part 2. Because it did fit. It's like, do I do that or do I not do that? That is this question. Because I am thinking about that. This deadness is unapprovable. But I know that there are many ways to manipulate the algorithm. I mean, especially being full of gay on Sunday. Come on now. I'm supposed to be full of quill on this day. Fucking doggo hairs on my fucking mouth. Ugh. We can have, a fully gay Sunday without the fun. Come on now.
Might have been our one chance to experience firsthand all the culture and the beauty of the state. But when we arrived, I couldn't bring myself to leave the car. Stayed locked away with my guitar, and while the others studied the mountains and the rivers, I just stared down at my fretboard pad and pen. Lately I've been struggling to conjure up a band-aid for this problem that is freshly manifested in my brain. It seems as though I've grown a light switch deep within the recess of my psyche.
Yeah, I could get away with doing that.
You know what? 10 seconds ago, everything was fine and dandy, but now everything is fucked.
I think I'm gonna do that. I have a nice idea. Sunday fun day. I know. It's supposed to be a Sunday fun day. But why was Saturday the fun day? Saturday funner day. But no. Not for Sunday though. I guess everyone's on their Sabbath or whatever. They didn't want to enjoy the dopamine. Boo. You literally are twitching your fucking what the fuck? You're twitching your feet at me, and now you're just like, what? Oh, okay. I guess I'm struggling both of them now. I guess I just have to cuddle them both out. Oh my god. Oh, Beto. Beto, Tito, Super. To accept that sometimes shit is just okay. There's always gotta be some problem I alone solve, but that just ain't the case at all. Cause I got friends and family. I wish I could show him off right now, but I really can't. I literally really can't move right now. Both chunks are kind of, well, mainly Vito, but these chunks have developed in a way where I'm capable of moving right now. Offbeat boys. This is a very interesting spot you put yourself in there, buddy. Big old boy. Oh shit, it's Sunday morning, actually, it's checkmate. Well, hey, it's a fully gay Sunday. Because I'm only fully queer and gay on a Sunday. Too bad there ain't no MAGA religious nutters on this day for me to take advantage of such. Outside of Vito being a squirmy ball. You squirm bean. Ugh. Look at his face. He's like, whoa. Oh, he's just like, no. You're like, nope. He's like, oh, hell no. Damn, bro. All right. Oh, you got a huge head. He hates it so much. Okay, I'm taking him off of you. I thought he was gonna be a cool fit. He was chill for a second, and he was like, "Oh hell no." He was like, "Fuck no, bro." All right, I'm sorry, buddy. I ain't doing that anymore. You almost had it though. You're okay with hats though. You do like hats. You do like your hats though. Oh, pull the jazzy, you naughty boy. Oh, you big old goofy boy. Oh, yeah. Vito's like, what the hell are you doing? I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Yeah. Ain't my fault you're all stretching around like beans. Dude, you got all this sheddiness. Oh my lord. Damn. All of this floof and all this and shenanigans. Bruh. Bruh. You need a brush. You know, I'm gonna find a brush on this boy. Because he is needing a brush. Pretty sure there's one over here. Damn. Go back the fuck up. Damn. Wait. You got bones. Is this a rain light over here? You back the fuck up. Oh, Lord. Well, I thought they would be in here, but I guess not. Oh. Well, they're going to be somewhere around here. Oh my god, Vito. I swear to Lord, if you start... Oh, no. If you start doing what I think you're about to do, oh no. What's up, Chuck Chuck? There's another bone for you. There's 2 bones. I got one for you too. Did you ever snag it away from me? Oh my god, I think you did. You know, what'd you do with it? Did you just like literally run off of it and you did not let her have it? Just deal with it. Oh my god, you goofy girl. What are you doing? Oh, there it is. Hey, Jazzy, no. Get this. Well, they're happy now. Well, Jazzy ain't. She's staring at me so hard, being like, fuck off. Get over here. Take the damn thing. I ain't stopping you. Go drop it on my knee. What are you doing? Her little ears, her little fat ears. Oh my goodness. Come on. He's so gentle about it. Come on. Show me. Bite bites. Show me bite bites. Hunt. Get it, Jazzy. Hunt. You got your own damn bone. You have your own damn bone. Whoa, girl. Oh, shit. Come on, hunt, Jazzy. Get your bone. Bone. Get that bone. Get that bone. Get that bone. Demi, madam. Get that bone. Wow. She's like, wow. Get that bone. You're so lazy about this bone. You just want to gnaw on it. You just want me to hold on to it like a popsicle. She literally just wants me to hold on to it like a popsicle.
Do you feel neglected? Not doing too well with the ladies? Well, I've got the solution for you.
Vito! You have your own damn bone. Fuck off. You have your own... Yeah, take Jazzy. Get it away from him. You have your own big old bone. You got your own big bone. Get it, Vito. Come on. Oh. Come on, boy. Get it, boy. Get it, boy. Get it, boy. Oh my god. It's just so bone. Look at his bone. Get it, boy. Ugh. Oh man, he's pressing my gut. Good boy. He's like, what the fuck? I can't grab it. He's just so enthralled.
You need to shave this thing.
Oh my god, you just pressed into my kidney. Oh, you bastard. Oh, that puppy face.
I was so empty and lost inside till I knew you. My faith in my facial hair to get me through. Like in the fiery eyes again and again with you in my mouth, the ball in my mouth.
be boned. Hey, Vito, if you love it so much, why don't you just marry it? Get it, boy. Get it. Get it, boy. Oh, Jesus, fuck. It is a beard. Ah! He smacked my face. Oh, shit. He really went right into my face. Oh. Oh, my God. Ah. You crazy bastard. Oh, you're just so happy with boom, boom. It's boom. Oh, you're just so happy with boom. Crazy little fuck. My goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Yeah, considering the time, I think, you know what? I'm thinking I'm going to do a part 2. Just for the hell of it. You know what? I'm going to try to manipulate the algorithm a little further. For all the shits and the giggles. And see what happens. Because the... You know, it might be a shorter one, honestly, I will admit, but you know what? You know, the same goals in mind, same everything, all that shenanigans. You know, we'll just see what the fuck happens. Because you never know. But before I do that, I'm just gonna hit this quick little TikTok. And come back with a singular one more Husky, and then all that shenanigans. Oh, Vito's so happy. He's just a happy bean over here. Look at this boy. You derpy little thing. Bean, so sweet, bang. Jazz is just... Oh, she literally hid in Logan's room. She's in there just fucking straight up hiding with that bone. I can hear her in there. Jazzy, bring your bone. Jazzy bone. Jazzy. Chunk. Jazzy chunk. Jazzy. Bring your bone. Go, but no, what are you doing? Bone. Get your bone. Good girl. Bring your bone. Bring your bone, girl. Jazzy, come here. Oh my God, you dirt. Bring your bone. Jazzy. Bone, bring it. Jazzy. Chunk. Jazzy, come here. Oh my. Yeah, good girl. You brought your bone. Good girl. Oh my God. She destroyed. Dude, this was this long, and she just murked the fuck out of it. Oh my God. Oh, up, chunk. Crazy chunk. Just whipped up a Ruben Sando, ready for more action. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I'll say, no, what time is it? I'd say give it like, after this little bowl, a 5-er. And we'll swing back around again. Just see if we can manipulate the algorithm a little bit. You know what? I'm also half tempted to maybe not even do a title, because I know sometimes just letting it be what it is helps as well. Yeah, I'm going to do that just for the fuck of it. See what happens. Just let it be Igno Husky Live. Just see what happens. But anyway, I'll do that. But before I do that, I'll at least snag a little brew and all that shit. Come back with that. Could help reset, yeah. Well, hey, that's what I say. You know, manipulating the algorithm. It does actually help sometimes. I've done it before and it works. But like I said, I'll be back for like in 5 minutes or something for the part 2. But Morton, if you want, I'll kind of have like the same thing that I have on the pin comments. I'll just do the same thing for that, and just see what happens because hey, it'll still be there. I'm just gonna have to phrase it differently. I'll say that much. But anyway, we'll be back in a little bit, so stick around for a little bit.